Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, folks. We're diving deep into a story that's been buzzing around Berea, Ohio. A story that could have ripple effects throughout the AFC North and beyond. Because let's face it, the Cleveland Browns are at a fascinating crossroads this season. Quarterback position, which has been a source of speculation, hope, and sometimes frustration for fans over the years, is once again the center of attention. And this time, we're seeing a real competition unfold. 4 guys fighting for the starting spot, each with their own story, their own journey to get here, and their own reasons to believe they can lead the Browns to glory. At the heart of this story is Joe Flacco. Now, when you talk about Flacco, you're talking about a veteran who's been through it all in the NFL. He's a Super Bowl champion, a guy who's seen the highs and lows of professional football. But what's really catching the attention of Browns fans and insiders alike is the respect he's earned within the locker room, especially from players like Myles Garrett, the all-pro defensive end who's become the face of Cleveland's defense. Garrett, who recently signed a massive extension this offseason, an extension that not only solidifies his status as one of the league's premier pass rushers, but also signals his commitment to this team, has publicly voiced his support for Flacco, saying he's already felt the love from the Browns fan base and has the backing of big veterans like Garrett himself. And that's significant. Because in a league where leadership, experience, and locker room respect often weigh heavily in decision-making, Flacco's position as a seasoned veteran who's already proven he can run Kevin Stefanski's offense is a huge advantage. Remember, last season, Flacco stepped in when the team needed him most. After Jacoby Brissett's injury, he took over and managed to go 4-1 as the starter, passing for over 600 yards, 13 touchdowns, and just 8 interceptions. Those numbers might not jump off the page compared to some of the young guns, but they're enough to remind everyone that he's capable of leading this team, especially when it counts. Sure, the Browns fell short in the playoffs, getting blown out in the wild card game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But that game doesn't overshadow the fact that Flacco showed he can handle the pressure, operate within the system, and keep the team competitive. Now, it's interesting to note that Myles Garrett, who's been quite vocal about his future and his role in this team, has hinted at knowing what the team's plans are at quarterback. Recently, Garrett said, "After conversations, I do have an idea. I like it enough to be here smiling in front of you because I think we have a good chance of that happening and making the most out of it." That's a pretty strong statement coming from a guy who's been through the NFL grind, who's seen the ups and downs, and who's now fully invested in this Browns team aiming for a deep playoff run. Garrett's words reflect a confidence that's rooted in the team's direction, and if that's not an endorsement for Flacco, I don't know what is. But of course, the Browns are not just relying on veteran leadership. They've been actively reshaping their roster to build a more competitive, versatile, and unpredictable team. The trade for Kenny Pickett, a guy who's been making waves in Pittsburgh but was traded to Cleveland in a surprising move, was a part of that puzzle. Cleveland saw potential in Pickett, a young quarterback with a lot of talent, and the trade signaled their commitment to building a competitive quarterback room. But perhaps the most intriguing part of this offseason has been the addition of rookies like Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel. Sanders, coming from a high-profile college program and with a ton of hype, was initially thought to be out of reach in the draft. But his slide in the draft unexpectedly changed Cleveland's plans, and the team pounced on him in the later rounds. As Andrew Berry, the Browns GM, explained, "We believe in the best player available, and Sanders' talent and potential made him a perfect fit for our quarterback room." He adds competition, and competition is what drives us to be better. Adding rookies into the mix is always a gamble, but for the Browns, it's a calculated risk. Their philosophy has always been about building a roster with depth, talent, and competition at every position. And in a division as tough as the AFC North, that kind of approach can be the difference between a playoff berth and a long offseason of what-ifs. Cleveland's defense, led by Garrett and a formidable front, has been the backbone of this team. Garrett himself, after signing that lucrative extension, has become even more vocal about his commitment. He's spoken openly about his trade demands earlier in the offseason, where he expressed a desire to join a contender, a team with a real shot at the Super Bowl. But after negotiations and a 4-year, $160 million extension, Garrett's focus has shifted. He's now fully committed, and his leadership role on this team is more prominent than ever. And that leadership is crucial because, let's be honest, the Browns are entering this season with some skepticism from the outside. Their projected win total is set at just 5 wins, the lowest in the league according to many betting odds. That's a clear indication that many analysts and fans are doubting their chances to compete, let alone contend for a playoff spot. But as Browns fans know well, the NFL is a league of surprises. A strong defense, a solid running game, and a quarterback who can manage the game efficiently, these are the ingredients that can turn skeptics into believers. Garrett's role in anchoring that defense can't be overstated. He's the engine that drives the pass rush, the leader who keeps the team motivated, and someone who can make game-changing plays at any moment. When it comes to the quarterback competition, it's not just about who can throw the ball the furthest or who has the flashiest stats. It's about consistency, decision-making, leadership, and chemistry with the rest of the team. Flacco, with his experience and leadership, brings a calm presence that can help steady the offense in high-pressure situations. Meanwhile, the young guns like Pickett, Sanders, and Gabriel are eager to prove themselves, each bringing their own unique skill set and potential. The coaching staff, led by Kevin Stefanski, has emphasized the importance of competition in the quarterback room. They want to see who can rise to the occasion, who can handle the pressure, and who can lead the team on a sustained drive when it matters most. What's truly fascinating about this story is how it reflects the broader narrative of the Browns' recent history. This franchise has been through so much injuries, inconsistent quarterback play, coaching changes, and high expectations that sometimes fell short. But there's a renewed sense of optimism this year, especially with the additions of experienced players like Flacco and the rookies, along with the continued development of their young core. The Browns have also been focusing on building a strong culture, emphasizing accountability and resilience, which are qualities that can help them overachieve despite the skepticism. And let's not forget about the other pieces of this puzzle: the offensive line, which has been revamped to provide better protection, the talented wide receivers like Amari Cooper, who can stretch defenses and make big plays, and the running game that's been solid all season long. When you combine all of these elements, you get a team that might not have the highest projected wins, but one that has the potential to surprise everyone. The AFC North is one of the most competitive divisions in football, with the Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers all vying for supremacy, but the Browns have the talent and the grit to make things interesting. Looking ahead, Cleveland fans are probably wondering how this quarterback battle will unfold during training camp and the preseason. Will Flacco be the steady hand that guides this team in Week 1? Or will one of the young guns step up and seize the opportunity? That's the beauty of competition. It keeps everyone on their toes and it pushes players to perform at their best. And in the end, the decision will come down to who can bring the most consistency, leadership, and playmaking ability to the field when it matters most. The coaching staff has made it clear they're looking for the best fit, and with so much talent in the room, it promises to be an exciting camp. As Browns fans, we all know that this team isn't just about the individual players. It's about the collective effort, the mindset, and the belief that this year could be different. The front office, the coaching staff, and the players themselves seem aligned in their goal of turning the page and striving for greatness. And with the leadership of Garrett, the experience of Flacco, the potential of the rookies, and the hunger of the entire roster, Cleveland might just surprise us all. This season could be the start of something special, a resurgence that reaffirms the Browns' place as a team to watch in the AFC. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this quarterback situation? Do you believe Flacco has what it takes to be the guy to lead this team? Or are you more excited about the young guns like Sanders or Gabriel stepping up and making a name for themselves? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us, and it's a vital part of this community. We're all in this together, dreaming of a season where the Browns finally shake off the doubts, the injuries, and the struggles of recent years to emerge as real contenders. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and more news about Cleveland's journey this season. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep the conversation going. Because at the end of the day, it's your support, your voice, and your love for the Browns that makes this community so special. Here's to a season of hope, resilience, and maybe, just maybe, a trip back to the playoffs, and who knows, maybe even more. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Browns.